All right, same thing as last time. Get my one sheet of paper. All right, gonna wait till 30. Music is one of the most transcendent forms of artistic expression. It is something that I hold dear to my heart because of how long I've been playing and how much it has helped me as a person grow and expand my mind and ultimately relieve stress. Now, music is a very large part of life. It's hard to go somewhere and not hear music playing. You go to a restaurant, you go to a mall, you listen to music as a child growing up in the car, on the radio, and I'm sure a lot of active people will attest to the idea that music can actually get you motivated, it can start your day right, and it really is just something that I believe most people in this world have some relationship with. Now, that relationship is only so deep from person to person. Sometimes people are just avid listeners, some people collect vinyls, some people, have a sentimental value towards certain songs that maybe their family holds dear. But there are some people who play music, and I am one of those people. I've been playing music since I was about 10 years old, and it really is something that has been a positive part of my life, and it's something that I'm very grateful for. Now, there are many reasons why you now could pick up an instrument and learn how to play music. Learning an instrument is something that a lot of people feel intimidated by. There are various reasons why someone would not want to take on that kind of task. One of those reasons, of course, is that they feel as though they can't learn, that it's a little too late for them, which is actually not the case. That is one of the myths that a lot of people fall victim to when they're thinking about trying to learn a new skill, let alone learn a new instrument. There actually are studies that show that your ability to learn something as an adult is actually not so much more different than as a child. Now, as a child, you are able to pick things up quicker, but it's not impossible. Another myth a lot of people tend to have is that it's too difficult to implement inside of their daily activity. You don't have to be a virtuoso. You don't have to do rigorous practicing. You really can just pick up a guitar or a piano or beat on some drums for 20 to 30 minutes a day, even if you want to do it every other day, and you will see that you get progressively better. Another thing that people believe is that they can't fit it in their day, which to some extent has some merit because people are busy. They do work, they do have children, they do have responsibilities. But the thing is that in your off time, when you do want to relax, there is a sort of serenity that comes with playing an instrument. It is frustrating at first to try and get past the beginner's hump. But once you do so, you start to find that rewards really surmount the frustration that you would have as a person that is starting out as a beginner. And finally, you may think it's hectic. It's a loud proposition. Sometimes you feel like you're going to disturb the neighbors, or it's just not going to bode well in your house, which is actually not the case. There are many ways to get past that. There are mutes for certain instruments. There are things you can put on top of drums to keep them silent. You can put headphones on and plug it into an amp. So it's not as hectic as you think. You can practice silently. Now, there are a lot of scientific researching activists who have made it a goal to show how music can actually develop your brain further. NPR has an article that speaks on how we as humans actually have many of our many of the parts of our brain light up when we play music, which means a lot of different things in our minds is being engaged as you're playing music. The amount of emotion and how you're playing and the technique and how you're able to, I guess, speak with these instruments. It really does create a form of pleasure in the mind. Now, a lot of people tend to be intimidated by the idea of, oh, well, what am I going to play? And I will say that as a musician, I have gone from many different instruments over the years. I started out playing guitar when I was young, and then slowly I started to be more and more interested in other instruments and interested in music. And so in middle school, I played the saxophone. As I got older, I picked up the piano. Now I practice a little bit of drums here and there. But the thing is that there is an instrument for everyone. And that choice really does depend on what you like. As I said before, music is in our everyday lives. Most of the time, you're going to go through a day and it's going to be very hard for you not to hear a song or hear music. And so I know that some people have certain genres that they enjoy more than others. If you are a country fan, maybe you want to pick up a guitar. Maybe you want to pick up a violin or play the fiddle. Maybe you want to even learn some ragtime or learn how to play piano. If you like classical music, piano is great too. You can buy cheap Casio keyboards. It doesn't have to break the bank. If you enjoyed jazz music, you can buy a saxophone. You can buy a trumpet. You can buy a trombone. You can fit music into your life that you enjoy. You don't have to choose something that you don't feel connected with. And I think as you start to play this instrument, you will feel a stronger connection to music. Now, there are a lot of people, as I stated before, that feel intimidated. But I hope that after this, maybe when you're out and you're wondering, hey, maybe I need a new hobby. Maybe I do want to try and play an instrument. Know that it is possible and it is something that you can do. And it's not something that is so intimidating that it's going to take away any sort of joy from music. I promise you, as a musician, you will appreciate it. And I hope that you go out there and you play some music. Thank you.